We became engaged on our anniversary, and...
Your anniversary of dating?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Of how many years?
For about 4 years.
4 years. All right. And so you asked her to marry you.
Yes.
And you're suing for those engagement expenses, so I take it you're no longer together. You said ex-fiancé as well. So what happened?
She is from a good family, you know, a comfortable home. She's used to really elaborate things, you know, so I bought her an elaborate ring, which...
How much did the ring cost?
$18,000. So I decided, you know, anything she wants, she gets. This is something that she's pressured me into getting for quite some time. Her friends were getting engaged, and every time we would go out and about, she would look at somebody else's rings, and if there were anything smaller than what she's used to, she would be like, oh, that's pitiful, or anything like that. And I'm like...
You were being judgmental on the rings, Ms. Williams?
Your Honor, I wasn't being judgmental. I just knew that I wasn't going to settle for any ring that I didn't love.
You were kind of talking him through using the other friends' rings as exhibits. Like, I don't like that. Oh, heavens, that's too small.
I mean, if I'm being honest, yes.
That's what I want you to do in court.
Yes.
Be honest.
I'm being super honest. I did, you know, use some of my friends as examples, and I just wanted the best of the best. I'm used to the finer things in life, and he knew that since the beginning.
Did you know that from the beginning, Mr. Montgomery?
Absolutely. That's the same thing that I would want as well. So that's why I went and got her that ring.
All right. And so you went and got the ring. Anybody bring a picture of the ring?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
I'd like to see it. So you went and got her a ring that you felt like she would love.
Absolutely.
Did you love the ring as well and think it was a beautiful ring? Oh, it's gorgeous. My goodness.
And I loved the ring. Didn't love the price.
Really
but I still
pretty.
got it because that's something that she wanted.
Very nice. So you got a ring because you wanted a great ring. Now, when he gave you this ring, Miss Williams, were you pleased with it?
I was. I'm not going to lie. I was super over the moon, and I was really ecstatic about us actually going through with the engagement. But I found some other things out that just I wasn't too pleased with.
What happens to the engagement?
I called it off.
You called it off?
Yes.
Now, why did you call it off?
One day I was checking the mail, and I saw a letter from a fertility clinic, and it just caught me off guard. He hid that from me. Not once did he ever consult me about going to a fertility clinic. And
you got the letter, or it was addressed to him and you opened his mail? Because why would you get it?
I opened the mail, Your Honor.
You opened his mail?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, that alone. So you opened his mail, which you know you're not supposed to be doing, right?
Yes.
But you saw a fertility clinic, so you got curious.
Yes. To be fair.
Not to be fair, you being honest, not fair.
Being honest, yes.
All right. And so you saw what was it in the letter?
That he was donating for money.
To buy the ring.
To buy the ring.
It just hit me. Because I was just about to ask him, what line of business are you in, Mr. Montgomery? This is for young person. This is a really big investment.
Absolutely. And I work in tech.
Well, that's you could have gotten it from a tech field.
I make a great amount of money. But on top of other expenses, obviously dealing with a mortgage, prior to the engagement, I'm going to have to pay for things that come with the bachelor party and the wedding.
No, you don't pay for the bachelor party.
No, but anything, you know, that I have to deal with her, like, I'm going to have expenses for that.
Well, you ain't her husband yet. Did you feel completely financially responsible for her before you married her?
I like to stay ready so I don't have to get ready.
I know that's right, honey. What happened?
I was bringing in a couple extra $100. I got $400 a week. I would go 2 times a week to the donor, put $1,000 each paycheck aside for the ring.
What made you make that decision? You know, I mean, if you work in tech, I was thinking, I took on some projects outside of work. I mean, I didn't know what you were going to come up with, but to say, okay, I decided to go to the bank, that is a very interesting and impactful decision.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll say that. And so, because you're potentially helping someone else bring life into the world, which is great. But was it something that you shared with your fiance?
Well, no, Your Honor. Nobody saw it coming except me. But, you know, I had to do it.
I just got it! I wasn't ready. He told me to stay ready so I didn't have to get ready, and I wasn't ready. I thought, I looked at Sean.
I was holding it.
Sean, you held it in good. I was like, oh, okay. Alrighty. That was funny.
What first comes to mind is an $18,000 engagement ring. And it's easy to think that, oh, it's just about this ring. But what this is really about is him buying his image of success. The pressure wasn't coming only from her comments. It is literally coming from him wanting to compete in her world. A lot of people overspend in relationships trying to earn worth through presentation instead of compatibility. With that being said, her comments still matter more than you think, because when someone constantly critiques what other people have, it is silently training their partner to fear not measuring up. So even if she didn't directly demand that exact ring, the social pressure was already there. Another key thing to observe is his donation, because now we have secrecy, which is outweighing the act itself. While you might think it's weird, the real issue is that reproduction, fertility, future children, those are all loaded topics in relationships. And people react strongly when they feel important life decisions are being made outside of the relationship without discussion. Let's get back.
So you made this decision, but you didn't discuss it with and it would have been your fiance yet because you hadn't asked her. You were preparing to buy the ring.
Correct.
But did you share any of this at that time with your girlfriend?
No, Your Honor, because I just wanted to do what made her happy at the end of the day. And I did whatever I could, to make her happy. And I thought that's what this would amount to, but obviously it didn't.
Because you got her a ring that made her happy, the actual physical ring. But then, Ms. Williams, you were upset that meant that he had been in the bank.
Yes.
And you didn't know about it.
Yes, Your Honor. I feel betrayed.
You feel betrayed?
Yes.
And why is it so hurtful for you that he made this decision? I'd like to understand that from you.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, to go and make a life-altering decision without even communicating with me is disgusting. I mean, how can I trust you about anything if you can't even communicate with me about something so small like that?
Now, when you say life-altering decision,
yes.
What about this? And I did say it was incredibly impactful, but what about it is life-altering if it's anonymous, if they would never know that he was the biological father, like the families wouldn't necessarily be contacting him. How would it alter your life? Or is it just such an important and, like I said, impactful decision you felt like you deserve to know?
I did deserve to know. I just can't sleep at night knowing that there's a bunch of random potential children running around. Like, it doesn't fit my lifestyle. It doesn't fit anything that I had seen between us. And
Why would the children be random? Could they just be blessings to people who don't have the opportunity to conceive, the natural way?
I was doing a great thing.
Mr. Montgomery, be quiet while I'm trying to help you plead your case. But go ahead.
I mean, it may be a blessing to some other families, but it's just a blessing to them, but it's deceitful to me.
It's a blessing to them, but it feels deceitful to you.
Yes.
And I do understand that.
Yes.
I think as a woman, I would have probably been taken aback as well if I heard this and had no knowledge of it.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Montgomery, when you found out your fiance was really upset about it, what was your response? How did it all fall apart?
It all fell apart when she first went through my mail, obviously, and then I was trying to explain to her that, we're not necessarily doing it the most in our bedroom. So, I mean, either way, I had enough.
Did we go there?
Yeah, I had enough to, don to, others in the world, but I was doing it to.
I think this just went scientific.
Yeah.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
No, it's not.
It is a lie.
So you're saying you weren't having a healthy life, so you were more than prepared to contribute to the bank. I'm trying to say this without being vulgar. You were more than prepared to contribute to the bank consistently. I mean, is that what you're saying?
I did.
And so how how many instances did you go to the bank and how much money did you earn going? Is that in your evidence?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. Overall, I actually got about $9,600, I believe. Yeah, $9,600.
So you earned $9,600 over the course of how many weeks?
A few weeks. I went 2 times a week, sometimes 3, sometimes 1.
And how much do you get paid every time you go and give?
$400 a week.
$400 a week or per session?
No, about $200 per session, but I got $400 a week, so I didn't go every 3 times.
You were making an extra $400 a week.
Yes, so that I could get her whatever she needed me to get.
And you felt a sincere pressure and desire to give her what she wanted.
Absolutely.
And so when it all fell apart, what happened? You gave the ring back, Ms. Williams?
Well, I did get it evaluated, and I will be honest, it was the real ring that I wanted. It's the ring that I sent him, which I'm happy about. It's just, I just felt disgusted by the whole donating behind my back.
So what's interesting here is they're arguing about 2 completely different things. He keeps focusing on intention. I was trying to make you happy. And she keeps focusing on transparency. You hid this and did this behind my back. It's easy for a relationship to collapse when one person thinks that effort cancels out secrecy, and the other person thinks that secrecy cancels out effort. Also notice how the ring became emotionally contaminated for her. At first it represented status, commitment, being chosen, and then once it violated her personal value, that exact same ring started making her feel disgusted. People don't attach emotion to objects because of the object itself. They attach emotions to the meaning behind how the object was obtained. The last key point in this section is how he casually brought up their lack of intimacy in their relationship. People often leak resentment through jokes or side comments before they ever actually address the issue. And by her expression and comment, it looks like it was unaddressed. Let's keep going.
Can you maybe think outside of yourself? Because I think there are a lot of college students and postgraduate students. There are a lot of men that donate to the bank when they need a lot of money. I think the point is it's a private matter, which is why the mail is just addressed to him.
Right, but I feel like if we're going to be married, we need to communicate about everything. I mean, I don't like things being hidden behind my back, especially when we just got engaged. It doesn't feel fair to me at all.
And so does it feel fair to you that you opened his mail?
No, but I felt like I needed to protect myself.
I'm about ready to rule once I get these numbers together, but I want to understand if you had married him, gotten married, never opened his mail, and then he said to you, I really want to have a talk with you, honey, and I want to tell you, like, when I was trying to get this ring and, I donated to the bank, would you have divorced him because of that?
Happily ever after.
Just a question. Would you have filed for divorce because he had gone to the bank?
Yes, Your Honor, I would have.
You would?
I would have. Yeah.
Okay.
Lies.
And so now you probably shouldn't have spent $18,000
right
buying a ring here, because I'm not, and this is not a judgment, but if we're going to get a divorce so quickly because of something like this, then that really is problematic in terms of trying to establish a long-lasting marriage. You paid $18,000 for the ring. So I presume you're only suing for $8,000 that you were able to sell the ring?
Right.
And who would you sell the ring to? Back to the jeweler or to somebody else?
It was actually someone who was in the same family as the jeweler. And
then they gave you how much money for the ring? $10,000? Is that why you're suing for $8,000?
Yes, they gave me $10,000.
How long do you even wear the ring?
Probably about 4 weeks.
How did you lose $8,000 on a ring you paid $18,000 for 1 month before? Did you have it certified and appraised and everything? The diamond had all the paperwork? How many people did you try to sell the ring back to? How many jewelers did you talk to about the price they would give you for the ring?
A few. I consulted with a few, and I went with who gave me the most.
So this was the most?
Yes.
Do you have any estimates or offers from any of the other jewelers present?
No, I don't, Your Honor. That's all I have right there.
All right. When you're dealing with an engagement ring, most often it's considered a conditional gift of marriage, meaning you're giving this gift with the expectation that you're going to get married. Whoever calls the marriage off usually returns the ring. You did return the ring. You didn't keep it for yourself. You returned it. With that said, you had the ring in your possession. You're shaking. You said no. Your head no. You didn't return the ring?
No, I did. I did return the ring. I mean, I got it evaluated first. I was planning on keeping it. I will admit to that, but I didn't want anything to do with him. I didn't want to be reminded of him. So.
All right. And so my first statement was you return the ring.
Yes.
At the point that she returns the ring, it's in your possession. Now you have the responsibility to figure out how much money, right? Can I get for this ring? You may not get the same amount. I would have taken it right back to the jeweler you got it from. Seems like to me they could have done a little bit better than $10,000.
Right.
I don't know why that amount was that small.
I don't either.
That's a problem for me. This is the bottom line, Mr. Montgomery. You chose to buy a very expensive ring because you wanted to make your future wife happy. The lesson in this for you has to be that you have to buy within your means. Because if you can't afford to lose that much on the ring, then you really shouldn't buy a ring that costs that much. It's up to you to get the best price for the ring that you could. And I think you should have shopped a little bit longer to make sure you got a better price. I would love the fact that I could hold her responsible because she went in your mail, which you ain't have no business doing. But the very truth is, she didn't keep the ring. She gave it back to you, as she should have.
You're right, Your Honor.
Judgment for the defendant. Plaintiff's case is dismissed. Judgment for the defendant. Court is adjourned.
The fact that she would immediately divorce him had they been married and she found this out shows that they fundamentally viewed trust, privacy, and future family differently at the core. And while people can survive awkward situations, they typically cannot survive completely opposite value systems. They both crossed boundaries here, and what this discovery did is it just showed that they were in an unstable relationship underneath. So this brings us to our big life lesson. If something would completely change how your partner sees your relationship, it probably shouldn't be a secret. So let's do better. Stop trying to impress people into loving you instead of trying to figure out if you actually want the same kind of life. Now, my final question for you. If you found out that your fiancé was hiding something this big before the wedding, would you try to work through it or walk away? Put your answers in the comments below and then make sure to like, follow, and share. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon.